Welcome, folks. Good afternoon. Good morning for those in the other side of the world. Hello, hello. How's it going? Oh, I can't see without my glasses. I was trying to read, but I can't. Let's see who's here. Jay Reggie, hello. Shiny Thing, hello. Okay, it's time to party. Hello, Harry Smallwood. ODM, Hubert, Mr. Kupo, Anderly, Lisa, hello, welcome. Mason, hi folks, does Keycult have recommended torque values for each screw? If not, what torque do you usually use? I'm planning to use a torque wrench. Today we're using a torque wrench. We're going to destroy this keyboard. Just kidding. Impact wrench only. I'm here for the engravings. That's fair. Hello, Mr. Morning Coffee. I hope this is a 65U Winky silent Keycult build. Fair. Except if you check the story, it's not. Alright. So, welcome everybody. Let's get to building. So today we have a unique client build. It is indeed another Keycult stream or build, but we have a rather unique unit today, where we have a raw unit that has been sent out to be engraved. So let's check it out. This is the raw. It says raw twice. Win keyless. Number 2 TKL. If you wanted to look at the card, it's a nice purple one. And then I think these are just hardware. Whoa, exclamation silent Keycult doesn't work? I thought it did. Oh, maybe it's only in the server. Huh. Keycult pasta is al dente. As it goes with Mason, if it's any pasta, he's got the most well-prepped pasta in the community. Top notch. Number 1. Okay, so we got a stone washed, I think. Aluminum plate in ANSI. And then we got our PCB here nicely caught in the bag. Always a bit of a pain to get out of this bag. There we go. This bag is always slightly too tight. Okay, there we go. I don't like these overly tight bags. I wish they were like a centimeter, half a centimeter or a centimeter wider. Okay. Any diodes missing? Didn't look like it, but I can double check. All good, I think. Yeah. Yep, all good. Okay. Should be alright. We'll test it in a bit. We got a classic Keycult build with good old Kailh creams with 205 and 65 gram springs. I think these are TX long 65 gram springs. How much candy do you get from trick-or-treating? I got like none, because first of all, did not have any kids come like to the apartment to do trick-or-treat as much because I live a little bit off from the main avenue. And then second is because they keep most of the trick-or-treat candy in the lobby, so it's not like they come up to the door. So yeah. I live like in an apartment complex, so it's yeah. It's just the way it works. So yeah, I did not have much trick-or-treat candy myself either, because I also did not wear a costume, so that's my fault. How much does rent cost in New York? A lot. I would say like in a goodish neighborhood, in a decent neighborhood, one beds can go anywhere from $2K to $4K ish a month. And yeah, you would want to room with other people to get a room. If you want a room under 1K, you probably want to live further out and live in a 2 or 3 bedroom situation where you split with somebody else, for sure. Did Kiwi get some churro? He gets churro every so often. I don't think he got specifically yesterday, but he gets it regularly. Do you know if PFU will sell HHKB Studio with white blanks all together and not separately? As far as I'm aware, I don't think they've said anything about that, so I would assume no, but that's my assumption. I don't think they currently have plans to release one with blanks, right? Like in like, you know, out of the box. All right, let's get this out of the packaging. So looks like we got it upside down. So there it is, our raw unit. It has some blemishes from being raw and handled by hand, right? Some of it can be wiped out, but some of it kind of stays. It looks like some bump-ons missing there. And boom, voila. This is the Benzjr engraving work. Very, very nice engraving work. Kind of very, very floral. A lot of plant-themed engraving on there. All the way around the top frame. All the way around. Very intricate, very fine detailing. This is all done by hand. It takes a painstaking few months. I don't even know how long, actually. I think Mason might know the exact length of time. Cause, yeah. It's a very painstaking amount of detail on there. Took like 3 or 4 months? Yeah. So it takes about that long, as you can see. Why doesn't NK sell these in stock? Slackers, yeah. And they can't be priced full alu kit for $580 and it's not engraved with 1,400 hours of work. Urgh. Anyway. So you can see the amount of detail on it. I wonder always what happens if the person sneezes during engraving and their hand jerks. Then they have to fix it. Then they have to fill the background. So that place where they make a mistake, if they like make a mistake here, then they have to fill it with background. and do it again until they have to they have to contort the shape to make it right. There's no Control Z when you're engraving, so you have to adjust the engraving to to conform to your mistakes. There's no undo button here in handiwork like this, and so it would require some creativity. So it is a creative amount of work here happening when people do these kinds of things, right? It's a very masterful craft, but at the same time, it's also a very creative process. I'm sure there's like a form of template and a form of kind of like almost like stenciling some things, but even then, I would imagine it would still take a degree of experimentation and improvisation to get it all consistent throughout the entire piece. Which beige keycaps are going on this? I don't know. We'll decide. The guy just wanted to do one flower but had a flu. That's how Benzjr started? That's crazy. Hi, I'm gonna engrave one flower on my keyboard or on my like little piece of metal, and then it's like, ah, shit, I'm so sick. I might as well do like 10,000 flowers. No big deal. Okay, we see our PCB over here. I'll just program some of the keys I typically use just because I'm used to it. Actually, I might have a layout saved. Let me see. Keycult. This is a Wilbur WT80. This might. Yeah, it didn't work because it's for the A, not for the G. It's a little annoying, but okay. So we got 7U win keyless. Left win on my bottom left key for myself, and the rest is fine for now. And let's go to just the key tester and test a few of the keys. Okay, cool, that's good enough. Get the idea. Saw that the diodes were all there, so it should be all right. Okay. If it helps, I was going to run green Hebrew on this probably. Okay, we can do green Hebrew. Hebrew. Bruh. No beige, only wob? Damn. I mean, actually, on this, wob could work pretty okay. Just because the engraving background is black. Nice, Mary's 60% product. Thank you, thank you. Gatoron gotta step his game up. Would that work with anodized case? Probably, right? Doesn't he do work on? I mean, does he have to strip it all anyway? Actually, would he have to strip it all and then work on it? Anyhow, I actually don't know how it works on a technical level, but I assume any kind of modification, surface modification, will require stripping. The floral theme would work with botanical, yes, but I don't own botanical for personal reasons of not liking the modifier so much. And his Instagram is only silver cases and brass weight, so I guess not. That's a bummer then. The metal Kaju set would look good on this. Oh, actually, yeah. The metal kaiju set would look kind of cool. Want to buy Mary Z 500 inches. Is 54 divisible by 3? 54 is indeed divisible by 3. Do you know the trick of knowing how a number is divisible by 3? Do you remember this from, is it grade school when I learned this? I think it was elementary school when I learned this. Do you remember how to know when a number is divisible by 3? And when a number is divisible by 6, for example? Does anyone here remember? Yavin, you're too smart for this. Yes. Although you need to do PEMDAS on that, Jazzy boy. 5 plus 4 and then you divide by 3, yeah. Ask Google, Siri, or Alexa, that's how, I mean, yeah, you can of course do the division in your head. 5 divided by 3, remainder is, right? But then, you can also, just add the digits that form the number. So in the case of 54, it's just 5 plus 4. And that's going to give you 9. And if you ask yourself, is 9 divisible by 3? The answer is yes. So therefore, the whole number is divisible by 3. If you want to know if it's divisible by 6, you just say, is it divisible by 2 and 3? Then it likely is divisible by 6. There's like simple rules like that. I remember that was kind of like a fun little part of math when there were like fun tricks and rules. And then I got bored of math when it became postulates, axioms, and theorems to prove. Like basically as soon as I hit like linear algebra level of math, I got really annoyed. Do you have any keycap recs for the British Green Corsa? How about, well, GMK British Racing Green? Just kidding. But maybe you can consider, like, I mean, I actually don't know what the British Racing Green exactly looks like, but I mean, I'll just give you some green sets. There is CRP Hebrew Green. There is GMK Camping. There is GMK Nuclear Data. There is GMK Taiga. There is GMK Kaiju, the regular Kaiju set. It has some orange on it. Can be kind of versatile. There's that like was it the Hanami Dango set or whatever? There's GMK Fox, I think, also has green. There is, yeah, you can always use beige. GMK Weed, yes, GMK Zooted also has a lot of green. GMK Classic Arabic does have green subs, yes. GMK Classic Arabic, that was run by, I think, Smokey, right? I think that one. Green is the color of Islam, if I recall correctly, the meme that surrounded that set. Yeah, there's a number of sets of keycap sets that have green though. There's quite a few. Zooted is plant-based, could go on this floral KC. That is true. That is true. It is floral. Yes. We respect both our flora and our fauna. Botanical, yes, thank you. We just mentioned botanical, but somehow didn't get mentioned. It's probably because I don't own it, so I could often forget about it. Mind if I ask a question about keyboards? Yeah, sure. I'm looking to get a new keyboard and I'm getting overwhelmed with all the options, different switches, etc. Sure. So my personal, so if someone approaches me like you, Lost Cosmonaut, or it's just kind of an appropriate name. If you, who are lost in space, approach me with a question of how do I choose a keyboard, the number one thing I first recommend thinking about is what layout keyboard do you want? Layout is basically relative to size. So it's going to be, for example, this is a 60%. This is 10 keyless. There's full size, which has the numpad. There's 75%, which is like the 10 keyless, but more compressed. There is 65%, which is between 60 and 75, or 60 and TKL. That one has the same as a 75, but without the F row. And so on. So I think the layout is, I think, the number one thing I would think about, because before you even consider price, before you even consider options, the layout actually cuts down so many things, so many options, so many alternatives out there. So you need to pick a layout. I think that's the number one thing I would first pick out is layout. Then I would go with budget, or like simple specifications, like do you want a plastic keyboard? Do you want a metallic keyboard? Do you want it to be a pre-built? Do you want it to be something that you just buy off the shelf and it's ready to go? Or do you want something that you can build yourself? That's also important, because even though something is pre-built, if you say you wanted to get a pre-built, but then you also want to swap the switches, it essentially is very close to doing a custom build. So it's actually, not that far off. So you might as well consider a custom as well at that point. But sometimes if it's just swapping the switches with like the switch removal tool, then you can just remove the switches and pop new ones in, and that's it. That's all you have to do, right? So I would consider that as well, because some like pre-builts will also come with their keycaps, right? And like usually a cable and everything, so you don't have to buy anything else. So I would consider that next. It would be like simple considerations like metal or plastic, pre-built or custom, or like DIY kit. That's after the layout. And then you think of how much money am I willing to spend. That's going to cut out a lot of options there as well. I think it's a misconception to come into the scene and think like there is no I think maybe it's because of the influence of tech as well, but the mentality of what is the best that my $200 or $300 or however much money you want to spend can get is very subjective at the end of the day. I've seen people enjoy cheaper keyboards as well as more expensive ones for very, very different reasons. And so I think the value, that the utility that a keyboard will give you is going to change quite drastically, especially as your tastes evolve and adjust. So if you find that you like something when you see it, I think you should trust your gut. You can always ask around just to see if people can vouch for your choices. But if people tell you, or if you find yourself, reading that it's a nice choice, or that certain people liked it, then it probably is a pretty good choice. Did anyone say watermelon? Oh yeah, there's the watermelon set too, yeah. HKP1 undone. A 75% for sure. Yeah, a Tomo is a good option. There's that TKD Part 175 that's currently selling in stock through, I think, ClickClack.io. That one is also pretty good price. Zoom 75 also well priced as well. Quite a lot of 75% actually out there. There's also a Neo 75. Yeah, the Neo 75 is just coming out, right? It's still like in the... They're like... is it out now? I actually don't remember. I think it might be also out. I didn't review it, so I actually just don't know the timelines for all these different projects. But yeah, there's Neo is also doing a 75% line of boards. But yeah, the TKD and the Neo are definitely very, very solid options, especially at any price point. I think they are extremely good. But yeah, and then after you consider that, like the, I said layout, simple characteristics, and budget, then you should just kind of go with your gut and see if you like something by aesthetics, like how it looks, like how you think it'll look on your desk, or how you think you'll like it. If something instinctively feels like a good item, like it looks nice to you, like you're like, oh shit, that's exactly what I want, or that's close to what I want, then yeah, trust that gut. That gut feeling. Do you review the 175? Yeah, I did. It's a pretty solid board. I personally thought it was really nice. And like it's very nice how there's so many options out there now. So yeah, it was a very, very good 75% kit in my opinion. Okay, start lubing these. Oh, I will say, I did start using this lube pen from Omnitype the other day, right? And I tried actually lubing. This whole batch of switches was lubed using this pen. Not bad. For switches, pretty good. I do think I found myself being slower than with a brush. The only reason being that I also use a bigger brush when I lube switches. When I lube with 205, I actually use this brush, which has a wide stroke. So one quick stroke of this with very little lube is sufficient for one full face. Whereas for the smaller one, I need to be a little bit more minute and careful with it. So speed-wise, I was a little bit slower, but the convenience of not having to reach into the lube jar is quite nice. Not to mention, also when you reach out into a lube jar with a regular brush, you get like a little lump at the tip, and then you kind of have to like spread it, right? This suffers from a similar issue, like it's kind of equivalent because you're loading it from the back, right? You're loading the lube from the back like this, like you twist this pen and it loads some to the back. But due to the shape of the brush, it actually disperses the lube fairly well into the brush. So I found myself being okay lubing switches. I actually think that sometimes lubing surfaces that require more than just a little coat of lube is a little bit more clunky. So for non-switches, for example, like stabs or something like that. But nonetheless, I found that this lube brush was actually pretty good for all its intents and purposes. I think like it does a good job of being a portable option to carry a brush with lube. Like it prevents you from having a mess of a setup. If you, let's say, wanted to take switches on the go to lube, you just take this instead of a brush and a separate container of lube. This is actually pretty good. And I'm not being paid to do this, by the way. I just wanted to give it a shot because I occasionally do travel with switches to lube because it's like on downtime I'll like quickly do some. And I do think this lube pen was pretty good. Like I think it would serve that purpose really well, of especially not creating a mess, like because it has its own cap and everything. Like when I carry, like, let's say this little jar of lube and like a brush or like this, right? Like you have to like wipe off the brush every time after you're done because otherwise it'll like smear everywhere or whatever, right? Like it doesn't have its cover. You have to carry in a Ziploc bag or whatever it is, right? It's just a messy system, and so I personally found that this was pretty convenient for that regard. But if you're like at home, right? Like if you have it, you know, if you have brushes like this at home, if you already have it set up, you don't need something like this. This is definitely good for portable use or for convenient like reasons, like convenience reasons. So yeah. Can't wait for people to say the switches are brush lubed versus pen lubed. Yes. What is better, the pen or the brush? Yeah. All right. Anyhow. All right. Let's get to this. So I'll just use a regular brush for stabs, I think, though, because it just happens to be easier for me. I'm just like used to it, so it's a little bit quicker for me. But yeah, I think for like switches though, I actually think the lube pen was really nice, especially like if I wanted to like not work on like my desk area, like not having to have a jar of lube and a separate brush is pretty neat. Are you able to refill the pen? No, they are single use. That is one thing. Pen is mightier, yeah. Oh, one thing, like for example, that I like about using my own brushes is that, for example, like for harder to reach areas with a brush, it's a little bit easier. But this one is a little bit clunkier because you have like this thicker end where the bristles meet the pen itself, and so it was a little bit more difficult to reach like deeper areas of like the stem insert, for example, or something like that. So that was that, but it was not like that inconvenient. It was all right. It's just like need to put a little bit more effort into it. I do like the bristles on that one better than my own brushes though. Maybe because mine are also kind of worn now. Congrats on Baja busting last night. I will bust in the what? Yes, Baja bust good. And also Nightwalker, yes. I can certainly do what you asked earlier. I realized I didn't actually answer the question. I like vodka. Nice. Do you like it with milk because your nickname, your username is Milk and Vodka? I actually don't like vodka. If you know me, you would know that I don't like vodka that much. I like it in cocktails, but it's not my favorite. It's not my it's never my number one choice. I would much rather choose everything else: whiskey, gin, rum, tequila. Probably for me, whiskey and tequila would be my better choices personally. But yeah, vodka is not my favorite. Extra añejo only? Ooh, añejo is good. I mean, añejo is fancy. Are there any top quality brands I should look for? I'm curious about the Rolls Royce of keyboards that people like yourself would drool over. I mean, do people want to mention it here? I mean, people would talk about what? TGR. I mean, for a while, Keycult boasted a lot of high quality. People would talk about what? Nowadays, do people talk about like Singa, Marici, Daji, I guess for the big Matrix fans, people really like Matrix Lab. There's folks who really love Matrix Lab. I know some people in particular who like will pretty much just get Matrix Lab. So definitely Matrix Lab up there. I mean, honestly, even though they might not be Rolls-Royce limited, so to speak, honestly, these new like TKD and Neo lines of keyboards, they are quality-wise, they are very close. They're very, very good. Like the finishes, the variety, the customization, as well as the price, like they all have excellent quality parts. So I personally can't discount them, even if they don't feel quote-unquote as expensive and limited. They really do have very, very high quality parts. There's honestly so much out there now. But yeah, that's probably what most people will talk about in the market. Yeah. TGR, Mary C, Singa, Daji. Matrix is niche, yeah. It is niche because its own design language is niche. You know, it actually is very unique. So you kind of have to love that Matrix Lab design language. It's a very busy and just like more intricate kind of design, and so some people love that. Like I genuinely know people who really, really love Matrix Lab products. Stream keeps crashing for me. I wonder if it's because of the bit rate. Maybe you can reduce the quality a bit. Maybe it's because of you're trying to stream it in 1080. Maybe try downgrading quality a little bit. I'm not dropping frames though, so it should be fine. I also struggle with vodka. Gonna blame bad university experience. I don't blame bad university experience. I just genuinely think vodka tastes worse than all the other strong liquors and spirits. Like, generally speaking, I just don't think vodka tastes good. Period. Compared to the rest. So I actually don't blame my even though in my university experience I had shitty vodka a lot of vodka. Like, you know, everyone has had their Fireball experience if you went to a school in America, you know? Some people had their Jaeger experience, okay? But like, and like their shitty like Don Julio or whatever, like shitty gold tequila experience, okay? But even then, I don't know, I just do think vodka just does not taste as good. So that's why I personally don't like vodka that much. Also, hello, Mr. Geo. How are you? The man, the goat, the light, Mr. Lightning Diego keyboards. Okay. How are you, Geo? How has your week been? How have you been? Only UV blue, no Fireball. Yeah, Fireball, classic. Also, did you guys get iced a lot? How much was the line, Stuffy? I think it was like I purchased it thanks to viewers being very generous, but if I recall, the Amazon order was like $60, something like that back then. I still gag when I smell oh, there you go, Jose Cuervo Especial. That's right, Jose Cuervo Especial. So shitty, dude. It's so bad. But that was what was around, because, you know, you just, it's expensive otherwise. Can't feed the whole gang. Only shitty drinks for a while. I forgot about Jose Cuervo. I forgot about it too, because it's not something I want to fondly remember either. Definitely super bad. Ugh. These days I only drink fancy whiskeys, gins, and rums. Yum. That's the good stuff. I also really like wine, though I don't drink much. I generally actually don't drink much at all. I enjoy drinking, but I don't drink much anymore. My partner barely drinks. My partner is like pretty allergic. So can't really take more than like a drink or two before not feeling great. But even then, outside of that, just even socially, I just don't drink much anymore. Don't really make the opportunity to be drinking much. And sometimes at home we'll like buy stuff to make drinks at home, but it's occasional. We enjoy drinking for the taste, but it's definitely barely drink now. Party Diego days are past. Actually though, yes. When I was a freshman, I definitely did go out like Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and then catch up on work on Saturday, and then hang out with the homies on Sunday, just doing more chill stuff. And then sophomore year, I got really busy. I definitely burnt out during college because I overachieved a bit during my later years, but it was definitely a bit of a play hard, study hard, kind of work hard, play hard kind of mentality. So tried to be as efficient as possible with work so I could do other things like hang out with people. So actually in college, I completely quit video games, TV. Those are the two things I quit completely. Did not watch a single show or play video games for the most part. I occasionally play like Dota or like League, right? With friends, or like we occasionally played like FIFA, that kind of stuff, right? Like, you know, occasional like single round kind of stuff, but like it was no longer a habit of playing video games during college. But that was because I was like, I wanted to really focus on just like hanging out with people and like doing work. That during college I completely quit games and TV. Like I thought it was it felt like a waste of time when there was so much more to do, like clubs and like, I mean, I had a part-time job, so I also was like busy working part-time, because you know, without the part-time job, can't go to school, so I had to work. So it's like you know, it's like you're so busy doing things that kind of like catch your attention on a day-to-day basis, that anything that was like virtual, digital, like, you know, on a screen, if it wasn't just for work reasons, I tried to avoid as much as I could. Like movies, fine, you know, it's like what, 2-hour periods, like whatever, movies are fine, and it's not like you're watching movies all the time either, so that's fine. Watching like watch parties, okay, fine, occasionally. But definitely it was like what it no longer became like a regular personal time thing. And the king of the keg run and the case raise, I did like doing keg stands. I know I sound weird, but shotguns and keg stands were fun for me. I think surrounded by the right crew, it was fun. but it definitely is miserable for some other people because it precipitates feeling too drunk too quickly. Yeah, you don't want to do it till you feel like shit, you know? That's not the point of having fun. have post gaming clarity now. That's cool. That's nice. Yeah, I did pick up gaming after I was done with school. Like after I was done with undergrad, to be specific. Because I did go to grad school later. College days were fun. I enjoyed my college years a lot. Even though I did burn out from the work part a decent bit. So you did bachelor's, master's, and PhD? Yep. Yep. Eventually did all of them. That's crazy. It was crazy at some point. I was gonna do more than one grad degree, but I ended up not doing it. So my stats professor was so smart he went for the PhD right after his bachelor's. That's pretty. That's not as uncommon. Yeah, if you're really inclined towards the academics. Definitely know a lot of peers who did too. So that said, yeah, kind of depends. I mean, I personally don't suggest anyone to do grad school unless they really want to. It has to have a purpose. Like, you gotta really either like it or have a goal in mind that really benefits from it. Otherwise, you know, grad school is an expensive period of time that you're spending. So, yeah. It's fun to have hanging with the bros, drinking face in college, though. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. You have to have your core group. I think it's or at least even if it's not even a group, even if it's like a core few people, it's good. It's good to have. And you just have to, you know, you gotta find your wolf pack, so to speak. You know. Finished my early action undergrad apps today. Oh, congrats. Best of luck. It's that time of the year, huh? November. Yeah, so early decision and early action. Early decision must have been like today, right? Like the deadlines. I'm not sure if it's the same. I applied for college so many years ago that I don't remember. It's been way too long for me. Actually, I don't remember if it was step caps or not. Let me check. Step caps, yeah, okay. Feels old hearing just finished my college apps, basically. Oh, so long ago for me. Lying in college app essays is so fun. I don't think I lied, but I definitely use more flowery language than I, would. You just have to. You just have to. How else are you gonna stand out in the midst of like thousands of papers? Verifiable lies are good. Like stories that are too unique to verify. Fair. I guess as long as it doesn't smell like a lie like 10 miles away. There's some stories I've read. I've done my fair share of revising essays and that kind of stuff for people. Like I volunteered at a writing center for a bit too, and yeah, there's a lot of bullshit out there. And it's so easy to tell. So easy. Like, a paragraph in and you know it's bullshit. My friend wrote about soda for UCSD. Huh, nice. I wrote about pizza. Pizza. Different styles. I wrote about DDR. Damn. DDR. That's fun. I think I was pretty boring and wrote something about, like, wrote some family story kind of thing. Some kind of like folk and something related. Second, third gen immigrant thing, Classic. Oh, the plight of my family. Oh, woe is me. I am grown poor and have, started from the bottom. Now we here. And oh gosh. I am so inspired by the people around me. Nature is beautiful and I love the world. World peace is great. I also care about climate change. Or something. Some people are very creative though, yes. Hello, Mr. Custom 3. How are you? I care about climate change, making it worse. Everyone in keyboards is guilty of it, by the way. We are the fucking worst if it has to do with our climate our footprint on the world. Yes, my life insurance, metal and plastic, totally not polluting the world. One product at a time. Customs over ozone. Oh boy. Care about making the world a worse place. Damn, y'all. Damn. I wish I was into keys during college. I'm not. I wish I wasn't into keyboards like I'm glad I wasn't into keyboards anytime before I start earning money from working, because in college I was so dead poor. There's no way I could have gotten into keyboards. Also, honestly, being into something like keyboards during college to me feels definitely like it's like you're spending so much money and time. Kind of, I don't know. I guess if it's a shared activity with people you are around, that's fine, like a club, or like there's a lot of people in your area who do, and or people you know, and that's kind of cool, you hang out because of it. But if it were just by myself, I would actually I think I would probably regret that. I genuinely think the value of a lot of my college experience was defined by the people around me, like just hanging out with them and stuff and doing other things. That if I were into keyboards by myself, like into some kind of like more material focused hobby, I think it would have been such a distraction. It would have felt like such a waste. Not to mention it's expensive. Yeah, I mean, expensive aside though, like it's just a time. I don't know, Jazzy boy. If I were you, I would consider not getting too into it personally, but that's just me. Mostly because you always have a chance to get into it later, right? And so it's not a rush, you know? Like, genuinely, there's gonna be opportunities to be into it later. So I thought that's what student loans are for, taking out thousands of dollars for keyboards and artisans. This is a joke. Please don't do this. Yeah, please don't do that. Had some friends who would split NK switch testers with. Oh, that's kind of cute. Best part about the hobby is the people. Yeah. I mean, ideally you want to enjoy it with other people. So best and worst part. Very true. Very true. There's some despicable people too. in before people just come out and say, "Oh yeah, that lightning guy. My life is ruined. My disappointment is immeasurable. Life couldn't be worse with that guy in the hobby." I cannot believe a local actually took shit out of his 401k to buy like 8 GMK sets off of Omnitype. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. That's insane. Met an exchange student that brought his what's that? Oh, Kalam corn. I mean, this is like meeting someone who has a fake bag or something, like some kind of replica thing, I think. So not uncommon. Not uncommon. Actually, a very common story. Especially, I feel like, if anything, I would expect it to see it more from folks who are like students. Actually. Oh, I just thought it was niche. Oh, that's fair. Yeah. Maybe they thought, look how cool I am for having a corn. No one else will know about it. I finished procrastinating at work. Time to go home. Have a good stream. Okay, Nightwalker, have a good one. I am glad that you had a good time procrastinating. Also, safe travels home. I'm going to withdraw my 401k to donate to Diego charity stream. If there's an employer match, it might be worth. I mean, also it's for charity. It's very different. Technically, it doesn't even. But I mean, that's fucked only in the sense that why would you do it for me? Are you gonna be building the Care Bearers board by TK? Yeah, I should be building that one. I think later in November. I haven't received it, so I don't know when. All right, let's solder the rest of this up. Oh, let me get a fan. I was gonna use the remember this little bit of solder, the one little bit that I didn't use because I barely finished that one build that I had to do. I'm gonna use it up today. Can't just keep it around here doing nothing, you know? Oh, song. Oh, is the the widget's not on. There's the oh, there. Sorry, I had it off because last time I streamed it was offline. Oh, and that music is not from Epidemic Sound anymore. Let me disable that command for now because I haven't been using it at all. I can share a playlist here. Where is it? Copy link. Here you go. That's the playlist I'm playing right now. You bought more solder? Yeah. It's right here. I was just using the little bit of the rest that was left over. C-O. Oh my gosh, this song is old. That's kind of confusing to look at it upside down like that. Hey everybody, I was wondering if I could ask a question here. I was wondering where I can buy the famous godlike linears. You know, the signature switch of Tifu's amazing god keyboard. Yeah, the one from Tia Typer, Novelty Cream. I need them now. I want a good keyboard, so it needs Novelty Cream switches. Where can I buy those holy clackers? Thank you everyone for helping me out. Courtesy of Mason's Al Dente number 47. Holy clackers. Yes, them holy clackers. Tifu saved the hobby? I don't know, Mr. Morning Coffee. I heard that your boards went out in a flash. Congratulations. Roughly half the boards. Another round is happening in a couple of hours. Got it. Well, best of luck. 500 CMers. Who is this? Lost Cosmonaut. Hello. Thank you for the tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the support. Don't forget to ask any other questions if you have any. Oh yeah, the other day I was being told that Nathan Teja, right, built that French keyboard, the Plaquette XL, something like that. It's like the 2100 inspired board. I forgot to watch the VOD. Did anyone here watch that? I probably wanna check out the VOD at some point. It looked pretty nice. Plaquette XL, yes. Yeah. I was gonna take a look at that. It's like the baby 21XX. Yeah. It's like a. It's kind of like a. I think it was like a 60% with the extended F-rows, right? With the battleship F-rows. Kind of fun looking, in my opinion. Is it too early to ask about what your Thanksgiving plans will be? I currently don't have very specific Thanksgiving plans. I think usually what we do is we either travel to see like family, which right now they're not set in stone, so I'm not sure if it will be like. So usually for me, I see my family either during Christmas, like like the end of year holidays, or during the Thanksgiving holidays. And so it's either or. So that's not set in stone just yet. And then usually I'll do like a potluck type of thing with friends, so that will probably definitely happen at some point later in the month. So I'll probably do like a friendsgiving type of potluck type of thing, where we just gather up, have food, play games, like maybe like board games, maybe drinking games, could be whatever. Just hang out. Usually that's what my Thanksgivings look like. Yeah. I actually enjoy Thanksgivings here in the city personally, because a lot of people leave the city, so it's really nice and calm. Then if I like get to stay in the city for Thanksgiving, it's a very nice time of the year to stay in the city, because people tend to leave the city for that, to visit family and otherwise. Easily the quietest time of the year one of the quietest times of the year for New York City is Thanksgiving. And then right after Thanksgiving, it gets really crowded because people come back for the holiday festivities, like for Rockefeller Center, and like all the lights and the setups, right? People come back for that stuff in December. Okay. Hello, Mr. Matt. How are you? Big Macs and Onions, hello. Just tuning in. Can I get a quick preview of the engraving? Yeah, sure. A preview of the engraving. Yeah, I mean, I have to undo this case anyway, so it's a good time to show it. Wow, this song is old too. Supreme Team. Here's the engraving. Super nice. Crazy what you can do with a fork. Oh yeah. If you were only using a spoon, am I right? Alright, let's open this up. So we got I think these are these hex? I thought they were Torx for a while, but they look like hex. So when does the new job start? Soon, right? Like next week? Yeah, pretty soon. Yeah, this coming week. This coming week. So you'll definitely be seeing me less for streams. You will definitely not be seeing me doing any daytime streams unless I am like free. Likely not for the first few weeks, especially. But yeah. So I think the schedule for streams will likely go back to evening streams. So that's what you should expect. Will you bring fish to heat up in the break room microwave for your first day? No, probably not. Actually, for the first day, I'm likely gonna be just doing onboarding stuff. So probably we'll just get lunch in the area or something like that. I think I'll maybe pack lunch if once I kind of settle a little bit. I think that'll be good. Yeah, first week is just onboarding, so it's all just doing trainings and orientations and you know, stuff like that, right? So it's fairly pretty chill. First day team lunch mandatory? Yeah. Well, I mean, I think I don't know what people do for lunch exactly there, like in general. But I know, for example, like I think Thursdays there typically is like a team thing. But yeah. There as in my workplace, or you mean your own work? I mean, yeah, like my workplace. Like my workplace? My job? I don't know about your job. Bring a keyboard on the first day? That's a good question. I will bring one. I'll maybe bring my HHKB and see if there is something about IT there. if they kind of look at me and like look at me weird, then I'll reconsider. I'll bring the least offensive one, which is the HHKB. Keep it subtle to start. Yeah, exactly. You gotta break him into it, you know? I took Unicorn into work and got told off. Oh, rip. Rip. That sucks. Bring your BBC with MX Blues and clickies. Hey, that's not even mine. That's not even mine. If only. Did you bring yours in? Oh, hi, Kiwi. What's up, buddy? Okay, let's just make sure. Let me see if these alignment pins would fit fine here. I'll just do 2 corners, usually more than enough to keep things aligned. Can't see. Maybe I'll do this corner instead. These get like bent very easily. This one worked. Okay. Four of the BBC owners brought them to the last Seattle meetup, and the reaction was split between "wait, I want one" and "what is the point of this?" That sounds exactly right. That sounds exactly right. Although I have to say the comments on the compensator video were also very similar. It was like, "Wait, I hate it. I want it though." Yeah, the compensator board. The super long, sort of 40s-esque board. Okay. Oh, whoa. Mistakes are being made. Mistakes are being made. Now mistakes are not being made. Hi, Kiwi. Yes, Kiwi. Okay, cool. $140%. Each month, add one more artisan to the board. Oh god. I'll be that guy, huh? Just vomit keycaps. I guess I need to bring something with like Handerbite on. They'll be like, what the fuck is this Fisher Price thing? And then someone will be cultured and be like, I actually like it. Okay, let's just see. Just finger tight with the screws. No torque impact. No, none of that over tightening here. Just gently tight. Finger tight is good enough. Hi, Kiwi. Can you guys hear Kiwi? Creams actually look really nice on this, like, on this plate, actually. Something about the color tone and the sort of like there's like this relative warmth to this plate. It looks very nice. Very, very good. Love when he does the high-pitched meows and they cut out at the end. Yeah, we love Kiwi in this house, and he's so cute. He's like ah. All right, let's put out the two bump-ons here. Does anyone know the latest on space cables? What was the latest on space cables? I actually don't know myself. I guess the latest was that there was some sort of agreement trying to happen. I think like Novelkeys bought some stock, I think, so that they would ship out some of their currently, like the sets that they currently have. Classic beige not being amongst them. I don't know about. I think it was like Hamon, Nightshade, and that MV terminal set, I assume. But I think outside of that, nothing new, right? I think outside of that, we're still waiting, including myself. Okay. So what's next? Keycaps, right? So let's see. Diego, do you have any experience with PBT fans? Only like once or twice I've gotten PBT fans key sets. And that was from clients who just like sent it with whatever board they had built, so it was okay. They're alright quality. Like I guess they're like, oh my gosh, Kiwi rubbed on me and the camera just went out. Do you guys see that? I heard the static in my ears, cause he creates static and destroying the stream every time he does it. Yeah, and so anyway, what was I saying? So yeah, they're like okay quality. I guess ABS double shots or PBT double shots rather. I forget. The font is different from the rest though, so just keep in mind that if you don't like the way they do their font, then it's not for you. It's just kind of like buying into DCX. Like it is essentially different from GMK, so you kind of have to like the look of it. But yeah, quality wise they're all right. I didn't have any like big issues with them. Yeah. He's letting you know that he can take off stream anytime he wants. Time for treats. Actually, it's time for dinner for him. So let's go get him dinner first. And then Mason did suggest CRP Hebrew Green. Is that good with you guys, or do you guys want to see something else? CRP Hebrew Green. Okay, Kiwi, come here. Oh my gosh. Okay. Kiwi. Okay. Say hi once. Just say hi once. Put Kiwi on board. Okay, Kiwi on board. Kiwi on board. Okay, Kiwi does not like it. What? Kiwi, have something to say to the folks over there? Hmm? Screechy. Enjoying the screechy. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go feed this little guy. He's such a spoiled little boy. Headbutt him back. Headbutt. Okay. Bye. Yeah, I know. It's time. Okay, here you go. Okay, I'm back. Let's see. Alright, I'll bring that CRP set as well, since it was the only... It was basically beige suggestions. Let's see, where did it go? Hebrew green. Okay. Diego is just short. I'm not very tall, so. Diego 6'5"? What the fuck? No. I am 7'2". Just kidding. I'm like 5'7". Ish. Not even. Alright. Just joined. How was this case made? So it was machined by Keycult, and then the person who got it from Keycult sent it out to this artisanal engraving artist named Benzjr, located in Vietnam, who did this very, very nice work on very pretty floral sort of themed engraving on it. That's insane. Would you be able to give a close-up? Yes, absolutely. Let me just put the keycaps on, if you don't mind, and I'll give a little close-up. QWERTY. It's looking nice. Do you guys feed Kiwi a combo of wet food and dry food? Yeah, we give him mostly wet food and a little bit of dry food. What does Kiwi generally eat? He eats he eats like half a can or so of like wet food and like a little scoop of dry food every meal. and then he snacks like a couple times a day. How many meals? Just 2. Just twice a day. Gets die steak and frites. Steak frites, very good. I love steak frites. But yeah, he eats twice a day. Sheesh, that looks clean. Yeah, I think it looks really nice. I actually kind of think the beige looks even nicer on this right now because there's this black background to the engraving itself. So that part of the beige kind of looks even nicer with it. With the black legends for the main legends here. Looks very good. Yeah, I actually do think the engravings, like black background, is really helping how the way this looks. It's very, very nice. Alright. Hey, Mr. Hello, Mr. Frank. How's it going? CRP caps now? Yes, CRP. CRP for today's build. Are you excited to meet Frank? Oh, hell yeah. I heard that Frank is visiting soon. And so I'll actually finally get to meet Mr. I'll call him Ishikia. I'm just kidding. He's hang name to me, so can't be that disrespectful to my Oni-san. Just kidding. 저기요, 얼굴에 풀 묻으셨어요. Beautiful. Oh gosh. I didn't know I could get more cringe in here. I was wrong. Are you saying that I'm cringe? Are you saying that I'm cringe? Are you implying that I'm cringe? Ain't no way. How dare you? Alright, let's put some caps on this. Okay. Got some, let's put some beige on this. Oh, this one goes good because it's themed. Let's go with this. And you know, I'm gonna go with these guys here. The bot, just for a little bit of that extra oomph. And then these guys are a little bit kind of like thorny, flowery, and rocky. I don't know. Sorta. Oop. This one kind of gets a little bit stuck. Actually, I wonder if I can like pull down the plate slightly. This one's a little bit too close to the upper part. No, actually alignment seems fine. I think it's just a keycap. All right, so let's. Someone was asking about looking at it closely, right? And will you be building the CK Kerberos? Yes, I will be checking out the Cerberus Kerberos from Canon Keys. Yeah, not sure when exactly, but I will at some point. I haven't gotten it, so. Oh yeah, it was Mango Rocky. Mango Rocky wanted to see the board, right? So here it is, up close. Let me actually just put my arms down. A little bit easier this way. Actually, let's do this. Oh, look how good it looks with R5 bottom row. The beauty of R5. Oof. Of course, this is a raw unit, meaning that the finish on the aluminum is not like coated, like the bottom part especially, so you'll see a lot of fingerprints, but it's part of the charm, kind of like a bit of that like extra wear and tear. R5 should be mandatory any new GMK sets. Thank you. Look, so 789, I know some people disagree. Like some people are like, oh, leave the R5 for the classic sets and put the R4 for the newer sets, because, you know, there's preferences for both, right? Which I actually agree. You know, I understand that people have preferences for both. But I personally prefer having R5 on newer sets because, you know, if classic sets already have R5, like the vintage sets, like if you don't add R5 to something new, then you're basically not adding variety to what's new out there. So I kind of feel like you lose the charm of having R5 even as an option. So I personally am a big advocate of having R5 bottom row for most sets. But I mean, I understand when designers choose not to. But yeah. Anyhow, absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. The detail is stunning. Let's look at it even more closely, all the way. All the way. If I ever do a set again, I'll do R5 for 7U and R4 for 625. No, that's a bad idea. MSA, that's like regressing in time. That's a terrible idea. Because if you do that, then if you have like a 65 or a 75 that uses a mix of 125 and 1.5 U's, then you'll have a mismatched profile, so you can't do that. You can't do it. Can you even see what Kiwi added earlier? Yeah, he added fur. All right, so yeah, there's like no blocker 65s and 75s use a mix if you use 625U. 1800 can also use it if depending on how you do the bottom row. It all depends on how you do the bottom row, but you're basically pitting people into certain choices, which is always a bad idea. You either want to do full coverage for one thing or not include it at all. That's how kitting should work. You either have to lean one way completely or not. When it comes to compatibility. All right, so let's get to try this. All right, better to not give options. Yeah, because then people basically have a reason to ask and or complain. All right, so this is the Keycult number 2 with the Benzjr engraving. This is alu plate and Kailh cream switches, lube with 205, and 65-gram springs. So here we go. With a CRP set, so PVT diceps. It's a very nice sound in my opinion. With CRP and creams, I think they kind of balance each other out a little more. At least my personal opinion is that they balance out more because creams have this very notorious kind of like sort of high pitch, but kind of like just louder, a bit of a punchier sound than let's say MX Blacks or some other switch. And they're still a little bit different from like just like the standard long poles just because of the material difference. I think there's that like palm to palm interaction kind of thing going on, and so they sound kind of loud, and I think the CRP, the PVT caps in this particular case kind of dampens a little bit that extra punch, so it's like right in the middle, so it's a nice level for it. So I personally really like CRP or PVT keycaps with this like Kailh cream combo. It's a nice combo overall. Yeah. So let's listen to the mods. That's what this sounds like. Any ABS avail? We can do ABS if you guys really want. You guys want ABS? And you just need to go get a set, I guess. We can probably do... This board called me poor. Is it only the board that does that? In 3 years of being in the hobby, this is actually the most beautiful keyboard I've seen. It's definitely, I mean, having a custom engraving on something is obviously going to make it quite nice, so that's understandable. Alright, we can try maybe a beige ABS set. I think I have that classic Arabic set, so we can try that one as well. Do you like Durock lavenders? I actually do, yes. I personally like Durock slash JWK linears. They have their charm in specific configurations. I believe I actually have lavenders in my Unicorn. I have them on a half FR4 plate, I'm gonna say. I like that config. I wish more JWKs came unlubed. That's fair, yeah, a lot of them do. So, can be a little bit of an extra chore to clean them and, you know, lube them. So, yeah. I kind of understand the pain of that. It's a little annoying, isn't it? Do you think NK Cream is gonna go well with CF plate? Yeah, I think that could work pretty well too, yeah. I think that's actually not a bad idea. It would be I would say it would be like a kind of like a loud build. Like if you like a little bit of that extra loudness, creams and carbon fiber is probably on the louder side. It's like it's gonna be pretty similar to having like long poles, like in terms of like volume. So that's what I assume you would end up with, in terms of a build. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, give me a sec. I'll be right back. Let me just get a set. Okay, I am back. Let's put some ABS on this real quick. Yes, more R5. This is the way. Yes, indeed. I love R5. I do wish. Do you guys know that there's quite a few R5 sets now? I believe there was a time that in my server we did a little sheet with R5 sets that we like. Yeah, it's quite a few R5 sets these days. It's nice. But definitely would love to see more myself, but I know there's people who are like, oh, there's been too much R5 and my fingers hurt from tapping on the sharp edges of my Alt and Control keys. My wrists are too weak to actually float my wrists, so I keep hitting the edge and it hurty my fingies. And it's like, oh well, okay. Or some people who actually think it looks bad. That's something else. I can't relate, but you know, you do you, I guess. Common here I hear is not liking it on 60s. Yes, I remember. I know this argument, don't worry. I'm surrounded by these people. Oh, if it's a Win Key 60, it can't have R5. It doesn't look great. Especially if the typing angle is less than blah blah degrees, then Win Key 60% bad. I'm just like, okay, well. Alright. I can't relate. Still can't relate. Ad. Hit with the ad during the R5 rant? Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, man. But yes. R5 good. Make it better by having more R5 available. Alright, there it is. Alright, we got ABS now. Let's try some ABS. Led Zepp R5 finna be lit. Oh, if it runs with R5, that's a big if right now. I'm actually not sure if it will. I hope people do, though. People do vouch for it, rather. Can people vouch for it? Can you go to the Led Zepp GH thread, the Geekhack thread, and hit that IC submit button? Put a reply in and put the, go to the IC forum and express your interest in R5, because MC's gotta see that, you know? Otherwise, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen unless people say something about it. Alright. Only if we can write. Diego told us to write this shit. Damn it. Okay, maybe I have to lose that fight. Alright. Here we go. And this time with ABS. Here you go. Oh. Okay. Here you go. GMK so mid. Yeah, I think CRP actually sounds better with these creams in this particular combo, right? It's not just me. I think creams and CRP is a good pairing. It's something about the two kind of balancing each other out. ABS does sound nice, by the way. It's just I think creams in particular that sound different with the PVT. Do you have the mods? So that's your GMK versus CRP kind of comparison over here. Yeah, I think in this particular board, I think CRP sounds better. I think it's a good combo. It's just a switch and, you know, keycap switch combo thing. Like, you just have to consider both and try them out. So, but yeah. What is this? What's this new copy pasta? 너를 구글이라고 불리하겠다. 왜냐하면 내가 찾는 모든 게 너한테 있으니까. Oh my god, it's so cringe. It's so cringe. That, you know what that says? That phrase that I just read, it says I must call you Google because everything that I search for, you have it. That was my dies of cringe moment. Does this number 2 have a weight? It's all aluminum. Aluminium. Full aluminum with fingerprints included. Because it's raw. 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 Yeah. Can you slap the spacebar again? Or should I slap it? Like that. Slapped. Slap the space bar. Is that good? Diego, you good? I'm fine, thank you. And you? Can you slap me like that when I see you in New York City? Oh, okay. I'll consider the request. Let it simmer for a bit. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed the build. I think I'm gonna switch it back to CRP for the typing sounds video, but it looks great. Let's show it off one more time though, and let's, I guess for the thumbnail, we'll keep this ABS set and clean off a little bit of this area here. So maybe let's put the keycaps like that. Little bunch, and then we'll do here for the thumbnail, say cheese. Actually, well, technically you can't, but there it is. 3, 2, 1, boom. Okay, so let's show off the board though. So this is what it looks like from this side angle, different view. I really like the use of negative, like there is a little bit of negative space technically, like it's not much because it's so chock full of this engraving, but the black outlining of these little plants, like, it looks really, really nice on this like metallic frame. Like it all silver, it just looks so good. It's so nice and regular too. It's just so nice. Nice, really, really nice pattern. Really, really amazing work by Benzjr. Like there clearly is some sort of flow going on here, and he did a very, very, very nice job. Wob would complement this. Yeah, Wob would definitely work with this too. Yeah. I do think the beige here works as well, just because beige has the black legends. So beige also works quite well for this. If you want to look at it from the overhead view, right? Like you can take a closer look like this, and that's also another way to see it, right? Obviously, like you don't tend to look at your board from up, like top down like this, but yeah, it's a very, very good looking board. The engraving is really excellent. So super cool. I'm glad to have seen it in real life. I've never seen I've neither seen Absuni's nor Benzjr's work until now. This is my first time seeing Benzjr's work in real life, but really spectacular work. I know that their work is very costly, but I do think it's definitely worth the penny, because they really put in so much attention to the detail here, like all the way down to the thinner bezels. So super, super nice. And 너의 아빠는 목사님이시려니 세상에 너는 축복. That one's extra cringe, because that's a little cringe. More than cringe, is a little more so creepy. That one's creepy, Insty. That one's creepy. That one's straight creepy. That one's like that's like you're going for the PK. You're going for the PK. Also, okay, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything. Don't want to offend anybody. I'm not gonna say anything. That definitely treads into more dangerous territory about PKs and other things. And yeah, no, not touching that. Nope. So much more tasteful than fake patina. Yeah, definitely. Engraving is so different feel-wise than forest patinaing something. So yeah, I actually think forest patina looks good. Like I like some of those like torch patterns that people have done when they like put the torch to the surface of the metal, so it like creates this like flare, right? Like those, like when they do those like circle patterns and so on. Those look cool. Yeah, some of the forest patina can be nice in accents, in my opinion. I feel like forest patina through like the entire board is a little too much. This is pretty much super extravagant, but at least this balances out because it has a lot of this like contrast. But for like forest patina, the contrast kind of goes away because you're kind of playing this weird multicolor sort of battle. So I personally tend to find forest patina to be a little bit more difficult to look at when it's in the full board rather than the small accent piece. So if it's like a small accent piece, it looks nice. Like small accents, like small little lagoon of forest patina in the midst of something nice and plain can look super, super nice. But yeah, forest patina good if it's knee deep. Knee deep did really nice work too. Yeah. Oh, his stencil work was like, not sure if you guys caught towards the tail end of a lot of when he was doing work. Like he was doing that like carbon stencil stuff and some other ones. That stuff looked so cool. Yeah. Neeb kind of went the extra mile for sure in terms of developing a lot of the techniques that he did. So that part I was really amazed by. Yeah. Pour one out for Knee Deep's memory. Yeah, I have one of his color shift boards. I did it on an Orion that I bought. Some of those patinas were way too crusty looking. Oh, the one where they have that's the shatter one. It's the one where it's like turquoise screen, and then it had those like kind of glass broken look, right? Like broken glass kind of look to it, right? That like shatter patina. That one is, yeah, that one's polarizing because that one's just like, especially in the extra flat surface. I think I had it on, I built a couple of iron 180s. Was it iron 180? Yeah, I think it was iron 180s that I built a long time ago with the force shatter. I think in the extra flat surface, it can be a little jarring to look, yeah. I actually imagine this could look good in like, that force shatter could look really good in like, not like pottery or some kind of like decorative thing. Something else with a little bit more of a shape to it. I think that would look really cool. But it was like the full flat surface that was like, oh, okay. It looks like it's like, well, it's too much. But yeah. All right, maybe wrap it up here. I gotta head off for dinner and other things. So maybe I'll just check who is streaming, and we can go ahead and wrap it up. I don't see any keyboard people live right now, actually. I think, right? But if you guys like Osu, we can raid Mr. Benzjr MC because he's playing with the best peripherals to see if Osu is something. But BTMC, we could shoot him a raid. Tina? Ramen mo ko galle? Extra garlic, right? According to, I haven't watched the cooking show on Netflix just yet, but I heard about the extra garlic ramen. Sounded so nice though. All right. Let's go raid Mr. Benzjr MC. If you don't follow him, he's basically, he's a pro Osu player. Cool guy. Dabbled into keyboards for a bit. Friends of a few of the keyboard people as well. And yeah, he just is very good at what he does. But yeah, cool dude. We love Benzjr Minecraft. He also did play gacha for a long time too. He had his period of time when he was just really into the gacha. And that was fun too. Alright folks, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for stopping by. I'll likely can't be streaming this weekend, so I guess you'll catch me on an evening stream sometime next week. I have a few builds coming up. I have the Tomac 79 from Syrian Industry and KLC. That one I'm actually pretty excited for. Very, very cool board. And I have the RAE Adamas coming soon as well. It's a 65% from a Malaysian designer. And that one is coming up next week. I think next Friday evening, if I recall correctly. So I'll see you guys later though. But take it easy and have a good weekend. Alright, see ya. Bye bye.